What's up, JP? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another morning of No Man's Sky. We're on day 4 of drops. We're going to continue our fresh start character somewhere in here. I probably should rename this the fresh start character. Is it really? So, see, I thought Twitch told me that tomorrow was going to be the affiliate anniversary, but apparently they're promoting it today, so thank you for that, Zerisi. October is our... I would have to check the date, but like mid to late October is our 2-year anniversary of like incorporating multi-streaming in and doing like full-time like Twitch on top of the YouTube. I would need to go check the dates. What is the hell is that? Extreme localized radioactivity detected. Well, get that away from my base, please.
Radiation protection falling.
Dude, that's dope. I've never seen that before. That's like a radiation tornado? And then it dissipated. What a way to log in, right? That was pretty cool. What's up, James MC? Anyway, I'm genuinely curious now what my official 2-year mark is. I'm gonna go look at Twitch. Frodo, did mommy let you in the room? Analytics overview. Let's go back to October of 2023. Let's do September. It'll show me here pretty clear. Oh, it didn't do it. Hang on. Because I didn't update it. We're going to go back to... Oh, it doesn't want to do it. I wonder why. Start date. Oh, because I didn't click the date. I would have to click the date. Let's click October 1st. There we go. Now it's gonna show me. It looks like I started multi-streaming again. Oh wow, that is such a tiny graph. The week of October 14th. But I actually can't see the day because it's so tiny. There it is. Hang on. October 17th. With 1 average viewer. That's awesome. So October 17th was when I officially started like multi-streaming every single day with Twitch on top of YouTube. So yeah, we're coming up on the full 2 years. Like officially the affiliate anniversary is like, I guess today or tomorrow. So thank you for that. I need to deal with that. Little Casserole, that sounds like a personal problem. You should go see a doctor about that and not my chat. Bye-bye. Had to put Frodo in his bed because he was not where he was supposed to be. That's, I don't know why we're getting trolls this morning. I don't know what's going on. It's going to be one of those kind of days, apparently. We were just talking yesterday about how we hadn't had any trolls in about 2 weeks. Nothing serious, anyway. I've had to ban 3 people this morning. 2 people during the, Dude Awakening stream, and then we just banned somebody from this stream. Hang on, the cat is doing naughty things. Alright. If he stays in his chair, I should be able to stay in my chair. Thing is, he keeps wanting to get out of his bed and get dirt everywhere. Alright, day 4 of drops, everybody, for the Voyagers update. It's a full moon somewhere, says James MC. I think so. I think that's what it comes down to. I need to learn 15 words. Oh, you know what else we need to do? I need to go claim that explorer ship from yesterday's Twitch drop. Ahaha. Briefly, James MC, briefly. We're only here for the drops, and then I will attempt to incorporate the expedition into my schedule later this month, but that's going to be dependent upon lots of other things. I think today's drop ship is a solar ship, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But yesterday's explorer ship is the one I really want to claim. I talked to all those guys. How do I talk to you? I logged onto my main save last night. And I was trying to figure out what I need to do to finish the autophage. What's up? I had to put him in his bed 3 times. He kept getting out of his bed, so... No, see, I can see. No. Nimmolas. Tráemelo, por favor, porque ya estoy en 3. Pero con vitamina y con servilleta. O no, mejor una toalla porque va a estar súper sucio. Gracias. This should be all the NPCs on this station. Double check. Pretty sure that's everybody. Alright, let's go grab that explorer ship. Yep, free stuff. If you want it. Alright, we are gonna get this explorer ship and Before I do that, though, I need to strip some of the modules out of this thing. Maybe. Definitely store that tech. Definitely store. Can I not break that one down? I may have to craft a new one. It doesn't want to let me do that. Probably because it came with the ship. If I had to guess, the things that came with the ship, I'm not going to be able to move. Some of these anyway. Hold up. I also need to take that. Okay. What's up, Deeks? Alright, let's go claim this ship from yesterday, because it looked really cool. Yeah, this thing right here, the Magnificent Omen. Happily take this. Claim it and add it to my collection. There she is. I think that just looks super cool, man. I like the cockpit. Yeah, buddy. Let's move that to the starship. Let's move that to the starship. Let's move that to the starship. And then let's look at the modules that I got. Oh, this one comes with aquatic landing system. Oh, guys, look at what Chris just brought me for breakfast. Tostadas con pollo. Chicken tostadas from... Did you make the chicken yesterday? Thank you. And then towel. These are going to be messy. They're going to be crunchy. I'll have to mute the mic. Thank you, baby. Appreciate it. That's a good tip. That's a good tip. She said normally she would put Greek yogurt on these, but when I eat them, when they have Greek yogurt, because this is like you're eating it like you're putting it to your mouth and you bite into it, right? If it has yogurt on top, which normally I put Greek yogurt, it gets all in my mustache. It's a big mess. So she is very considerate of the fact that I'm on a stream. Thank you very much. She didn't put yogurt on it because she didn't want me to have to worry about looking like that on a stream. Thank you, honey. Más café, por favor. Sí. Yeah, están aquí. Thank you. So we have breakfast. Give me a second here. We gotta move some stuff around, kids. Aqua jets. Nice. That gives me a good start for a ship, for sure. Let's go ahead and see what this thing looks like in third-person mode when I take off. Okay, I'm probably gonna change. Which I think I have to do this at the space station. I want to change the flight plumes. She controls really nice for an explorer. For sure. Thank you, baby. Pagok says, first timer, saw a video of you correcting someone about playing videos. That's our grown ass. Yeah, that was the grown ass man video that went viral on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. Welcome aboard. What's up, Thandar? Alright. We're going to move over to the ASMR mukbang portion of the stream since Thandar's here. Because we know that's what he's waiting for. I'll do one big crunch for everybody, but then I will have to mute the mic for the rest of this because this is a super crunchy breakfast and it's not gonna. I'll have to move the mic out of the way. Super crunchy and super messy. Tostadas. Alright. Deke says, curious about, by the way, that ship noise is really obnoxiously aggressive and loud. Let me get out of the ship here. I even have the sound effects turned down. That is really loud. I think it's a little better now. Anyway, Deke says, curious about your breakfasts. Some mornings you have traditional things like beans and eggs. Other mornings you have chicken tostadas. I've never had chicken for breakfast, but for lunch and dinner. We do chicken for every meal. We have a lot of, because we raise chickens, so we'll eat eggs. Well, most of the time we eat eggs for breakfast, but as far as chicken meat, we eat chicken meat for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So what Chris will usually do is like last night. Man, there is no safe place here without lots of noise. Let me go back to my base. There's lots of just like background noise here. So usually what Chris will do is, as an example, last night she cooked a big pot of caldo de pollo in Spanish, but it's like a chicken soup, like chicken vegetable soup. And then we had chicken soup for lunch yesterday, and then she'll take the leftover chicken out. Like, we'll still eat some more soup. She'll save that in the freezer, but then she'll pull the excess chicken out, because she'll cook a whole chicken in it. And then she will, hang on, I think I'm stuck in my ship here. I have to get this out of the way. Then she'll take the excess chicken out, and she'll, like, use it for many, many different things. Like, we will shred it, like shred it up and have it on tostadas, chicken sandwiches, mix it in with eggs, mix it in with salads, have tacos. She'll make flautas, which are like, you take everything, put it in a tortilla, and wrap the tortilla and then fry it so that you have little crunch. I think they're called taquitos in English. But yeah, we'll have chicken for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Oh, you're getting the mukbang today, but I suppose we could keep crunching away. She actually asked me before she gave me this. She's like, "Do you want to eat this on stream?" Because she's like, "This is a really, this is really hard to eat." And I was like, "Ah, I'm fine." If I had waited like 10 minutes to push the stream live, I could have eaten off stream. But I was like, the drops are live. I'm gonna go live. No, we don't waste anything, Deeks. So like, when we cook a chicken, we cook the whole chicken. The only thing you throw away is the beak or the head. You throw away the head. But like chicken feet, I don't really do chicken feet. I'm not. I'll occasionally have them because the collagen is really good. The texture's a little funky, so you have to like the texture. But everything goes in that pot. I eat the liver. I eat the gizzards. We eat the heart. I eat it all. My favorite part of the chicken is the chicken liver and the chicken heart. I love chicken hearts and chicken livers. And then she loves the chicken feet, so she eats lots of chicken feet. And then I will specifically, when we go to the because we don't harvest enough chicken on our own, we will usually buy 1 or 2 chickens every week at one of the local butcher shops to supplement what we don't have from our own chickens. And I will always get, like every month, I will get a bag of chicken livers, because they'll have, not everyone wants, when they go order a chicken from the store, they don't always want the hearts and the chicken livers, and I will get a bag of chicken hearts and chicken livers because I love to fry those up with like butter and onions and garlic. And oh yeah. Have you ever had chicken livers, JP? The heart tastes almost exactly like the chicken liver, but it's a little more tough. It's a slightly tougher meat, but it tastes just like chicken livers. No, my dad hates chicken. So my mom never used to cook chicken when I was growing up. We were 100% beef and dairy when I grew up, because we were on a dairy farm and then a beef farm. So my mom never cooked chicken when I was growing up. But I was involved with a Bulgarian girl for like 8 years. And when I used to go stay and then live in Bulgaria, Bulgarian culture is big on chicken livers. And I discovered chicken livers back around 2006. And I love them. So good. Yeah, chicken gizzards are good too, man. Like fried. I don't think that's as crunchy as I thought it was going to be for the stream, so we're good. Besides, half of you are here for the mukbang anyway. Well, if she cooks, when she cooks the chicken, the liver it gets cooked with the chicken and the stock for the chicken soup. Now, when I fry livers, fried or grilled, they are super good grilled too, man. Like on the charcoal or on the wood fire, like grilled chicken livers. Oh man. But I take butter and you saute you just fry them up with onions and garlic and butter, salt and pepper. And then one of the ways that I like to eat them, you could just eat them plain, but another way is you can make a green salad, which is romaine lettuce, finely chopped, green onions, finely chopped, hard-boiled eggs, crumbled up, olive oil, vinegar, and you have that salad with a side of chicken livers and a glass of Chianti or something dry, a dry red. Oh my God, I am telling you, with like fresh bread and butter on the bread. Oh baby. Oh baby, baby. So yes. Chicken livers are good. Diligent says all I know is chicken livers catch ace. By the way, thank you for the congratulatory message, Diligent. And fava bean. I do love a good fava bean. I just like beans, period. It is a good movie, but I'll tell you what, that combination of foods really is good. Maybe not the human liver part, but chicken livers, fava beans, and Chianti, it really is a beautiful combination. By the way, for those of you who have never watched Hannibal, there is a TikTok account dedicated to recreating all of the meals that were created on the show Hannibal. And he does it like on his TikTok account. It's awesome. And because Hannibal had he did some really good recipes on this show. They had a really good attention to detail. Well, there's two soups she makes, Deeks. One is caldo de pollo, which is a very standard it's a very standard Mexican chicken soup, chicken vegetable soup. I prefer pollo estufado, which we showed off on stream a couple weeks back. That one has like green olives, capers, raisins, thyme. It's got a bunch of other spices and chilies in it, so it has a different savory flavor to it. I've not seen. I don't know that I've seen that, JP, but I do know there is a new one coming out with Charlie Hunnam is playing the Ed character when he's younger on Netflix. That's going to be interesting. Saw the preview for it yesterday. I like Charlie Hunnam in just about everything. Yeah, that guy from Sons of Anarchy. Yep. His King Arthur movie was phenomenal with Guy Ritchie, and the next movie he did with Guy Ritchie with Matthew McConaughey, The Gentleman, fucking fabulous. That scene in The Gentleman when he's chasing the kids to get their cell phone back, and he's like, just give me the phone and I'll be gone, like the darkness from dawn. And he was talking in an interview how that whole scene was just improvised by Guy Ritchie on the day of the shoot, like it's such a good scene with Charlie Hunnam playing the London mobster. The Gentleman is a great Guy Ritchie movie if you guys haven't seen that. Yeah, The Gentleman is great. You've never seen Sons of Anarchy, JP? Holy pause the stream. Holy pause the stream. Dude, JP, go get the Sons of Anarchy. Don't worry about the time commitment. Please watch that. Please, please, please watch that. Sons of Anarchy. Roscoe hasn't seen it either. Oh my god, all of you guys need, oh my god, Diligent hasn't seen it. Oh my god, shut up, guys. Chris and I have watched it through twice together, and I've seen it on my own a third time together. Sons of Anarchy is an absolutely amazing show. Where Charlie Hunnam, that was the show that kind of made him famous. But like Ron Perlman, the cast on that show, Kim Coates' character as like the biker who loves freaky shit, because like when oh, why am I blanking on his name? He's doing the Fallout show right now. He's the ghoul. and he got really famous recently too. His character plays a transvestite on the show, and Kim Coates' character falls in love with the transvestite character. Dude, dude, Sons of Anarchy is one of the most brutal like biker shows you'll ever see. It's so good. And then the spinoff they did, the Mayans MC, also equally good. But Sons of Anarchy is worth the time commitment. Walter Goggins, yeah, Walter Goggins playing the transvestite character was just brilliant. So well done. Yeah, Sons of Anarchy, the cast on that show. Oh man, and just the storyline. The storyline of Charlie Hunnam's character. That whole arc from start to finish is. That's right. If you ever wanted to see Walton Goggins with boobs, watch Sons of Anarchy. First thing I can ever remember seeing Kim Coates in was Waterworld. Paper, paper. Just that tiny little role. Yeah, shows are a bit of a time commitment, but Sons of Anarchy is so good. All right. Blueprints. Shield lattice plans. Increases the base capacity of the hazard protection system. Anyway, chicken tostadas for breakfast, everybody. Don't sleep on these. Well, it's used. That's because Disney owns Fox, aka Hulu, aka FX, which is what Sons of Anarchy aired on originally. All right, we need to make a shield lattice. How many seasons? I think like 5. They're not. I'm gonna go look it up really quick. I don't remember them being super long. I think they're like 13 episodes or something. And the song, the soundtrack, man, the intro song, excuse me. Episodes. There are 7 seasons. Wow, there's more than I remember. Across 92 episodes. So each season is about 12, 13 episodes. Yeah, it's like watching Breaking Bad. It's not going to be a massive, 1-year commitment. If you sit down and really buckle down, you could probably watch all of Sons of Anarchy in about a month or 2. And then you'll want to get tattoos and a motorcycle. I don't know what help I can provide for No Man's Sky Roscoe. I don't play regularly, so. So anybody in chat who can help, Roscoe says, I just built a round structure as part of the storyline, but when I power the door, it won't open. I think there's something to do with switch circuits. And you have to have power to the door. I think there's a switch circuit thing involved. The quest line should tell you. Dribrom says I had the Sons of Anarchy t-shirt and vest. Nice. No, the spin-off show was not as good, but we still enjoyed the Mayans MC. I think it was still good. Not as good, but... Andor. Acolyte. Sorry, JP. Acolyte is the show with the Wookiee Jedi. Is Acolyte. So, technically, Deeks, the technical way to make these is you top them with sour cream. I use Greek yogurt because I don't like the fat content of sour cream. If I eat too much sour cream, I break out like a 10-year-old kid. Because I'll get acne bad. Like, I break out on my face and my beard really bad if I have too much fat. So I use Greek yogurt as a substitute for sour cream. But technically, you're supposed to top these off with a healthy squirt of sour cream. And all the tostada is just, instead of like a nacho chip, it's just a whole tortilla. You can buy them pre-fried or baked. What Chris will do is she just takes old tortillas, like 2-day-old tortillas, puts a pan on, drops some canola oil in the pan, and very quickly fries up those tortillas. But like most stores will sell like the round tostadas already pre-made. Usually those ones are baked. They sell them in like a roll of 20. It's just like a giant nacho chip. Tortilla chip. Alright. Yeah, I didn't know that in my 30s either, Barticus. I used to always wonder why I would get like tons of like breakouts in my beard in my 20s. Not so much in my 30s, but in my 20s, I used to always wonder why I was getting breakouts in my beard. And it was because I was eating like a construction worker. I was living off of like hamburgers and French fries, and I'd go to Wendy's, or I'd go to like Village Inn for breakfast with the guys, and I'd get like a big, big chicken burrito, and I'd have it put like extra sour cream and extra cheese, and I'd just hork that thing down. And then for lunch, I'd have a burger with fries and ranch dressing, and everything was fried stuff. And then I wondered why I was always breaking out all the time. And then I got into my 30s and I went, oh shit, that's from all that saturated fat that I was just sucking down through a straw, essentially. And my body was like, ah, get it out, get it out. Well, technically tacos should not be crunchy. Real tacos are in soft tortillas, not hard tortillas. But I will never turn down. I'm married to a Mexican and I eat Mexican food every day. I will never turn down Taco Bell. I'm sorry. I don't care how trashy it is. I love a good crunchy Taco Bell. Like what is it? The Taco Supreme that's filled with, it's got the meat and all the veggies and the cheese and the sour cream and that just, oh man, that's good shit. That's good shit right there. Ain't nothing wrong.
Technology installed.
Let's make some antimatter, yeah? Yeah, buddy. Oops, made the wrong thing. Well, I need dehydrated jelly for later, so whatever. Whatevs. I need condensed carbon. The soft one catches the hard one and shatters apart. Well, if you go get good tacos de pastor or something here, they'll always give you double tortillas. And the reason is so that when your first tortilla breaks apart because of how much juiciness there is, the second one catches all the rest of the leftovers. And you get two for the price of one. Antimatter. Sodium nitrate, I need 60 of it. Sodium nitrate. I'm gonna have to go get some more sodium. Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme. Oh yeah, those are good. And those little cinnamon twisters they do at Taco Bell, dude, my brother and I, when I was up there last summer, my brother loves Taco Bell, and so I think we went 3 or 4 times over the course of like 2 weeks, because it was like, you would get done out in the hayfield, and he'd be like, dude, you want Taco Bell? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I want some Taco Bell. we would go to Taco Bell and just sit there in the truck and just be like, rah, rah, rah. It's just 2 bros living the best life, man. Fuck the haters, they don't know what they're missing. You can't do brown rice because your brain freaks out. Oh, that's right. You know what's up, Teak. Cinnamon twist. You finish it off all with a Baja Blast. That's right. Oh, we're getting Smeagol today too. Come here. Oh, mommy está trayéndote aquí. ¿Cómo? ¿Qué pasa? Do you want to come say hi to everybody? What are you doing? Where are you going? What, is he scared of something? Ah, okay. You going down, buddy? Cat booty. Can I have another cup of coffee, my love? Yeah, mejor. Gracias. Additional data available. Base lighting plans. Oh, there we go. Upgrade your base by building a wall light. Aha. I'll just do white light. Can I put this outside? Man, that is bright. I could put it up top too. I really don't need a light in here, man. I'll do it just for the quest. Mountain Dew, that is something I have not had in years. It's something you can't find outside of the. I don't know that I've ever found it outside of the U.S. I need 2 more words, which means I need to go. Thank you. No, they'll be fighting over the bed in 5 minutes. I think we can go to the Donyevka station to get the stuff. I'll have Midnight, which is purple and adds a passion fruit to the mix. Dude, that sounds good. Thanks for the anniversary wishes, Flitty. Appreciate it. Wait, have I not been to this one yet? Sparkling blueberry acai. You sir, teach me language. This guy looks like he drinks a lot of blueberry acai. I do appreciate the beak. Thank the beak plate. Essence? Essence! Essence! Pomegranate is, yeah, anything with pomegranate in it, I'm a big fan. Pomegranate, blueberry, kiwi, generally speaking, big fan of those fruits. Recently had mango for the first time. Mango's pretty good, man. I like my mango cold. But if you just tried mango, now you got to step it up, JP. You got to get mango with tahini. You need the tahini seasoning, which is like chili and lemon and salt all together. Dude, that's gonna take your mango, or with chamoy, like mango and chamoy sauce. Oh man, I'm telling you, Mexicans know what's up. I think all of Latin America pretty much knows what put when it comes to mango and chamoy and chili powder and stuff. Tahini? No, not tahini. Not the stuff that you use here. Let me just give you a second, and I'll go look it up and show you a picture of it. Not the stuff that you use to make hummus. Hang on. Let me make sure I've gotten all these language dudes before I get sidetracked. Nah, it's all good. I'll share a picture of it on stream here in a second. I think we have gotten all the language dudes we're gonna get on this station. Alright, hang on. You can find it on Amazon. Hang on. Hang on. This is what you're looking for. Tahini. It's a chili lime seasoning. Tahini Clásico. They put this on, like, you could put this on, when you eat, if you put this on mango, also watermelon, dude. You put this on watermelon. It's not like spicy chili, it's just like a flavorful chili, but it's the lemon. It's like a chili lemon salt seasoning. Also on popcorn, dude. Like, this shit is good. If you can find it on like Amazon or something. But yeah, it's like a chili lime seasoning. Actually, just put it on anything. Dude, it's so good. So good. And then chamoy, if you can find chamoy. Yeah, you're good. Any sort of chamoy sauce as well. So here's someone eating chamoy sauce with mango. Like, they dip the mango in the chamoy sauce. Or over here, here's another one over here. They have a picture of like chamoy sauce being used for mango slices. Dude, it's, your mind is gonna be blown once you step into the world of tahini and chamoy. I'm telling you, your mind is gonna be blown. Like, this is another one. Apples, mango, chamoy dipping sauce, man. It's a whole nother. Yeah, the tahini on watermelon is out of this world. Also on like pitaya, dragon fruit, which we showed off on stream the other day because it's in season right now. This is dragon fruit, aka pitaya. It's purple. It could be purple pink, like that one right here, or it could be white. I like the purple pink variant better. But they're both very sweet. It's kind of got a kiwi texture. It's got little seeds like a kiwi. But the way Chris serves it is you take that, you scoop it out, put it in a bowl, drizzle lemon or lime juice on top and salt, or you can go straight for the tahini salt and add that little limey, salty flavor. Man. Telling you. Yeah, I could probably make a food channel. Is it like tamarindo? It's not like tamarind. It's similar, but tamarindo is a little different. I love tamarindo. We actually have, so we have the tamarind seeds, and when you get them in a bag, it's like this bag of like super sticky. They're all balled together like a 1 kilo bag. And then what you do is you just get like a wooden spoon, or you take a glove. You gotta have a glove on to do this, because otherwise your fingers will be sticky for a week. But you just reach in there and you grab like a handful or a big wooden spoonful, drop it in like a a 3-liter water jar, fill that up with water, stick it in the fridge, and just let the water soak the tamarind up. And then pull it out in a few hours when it's nice and cool. Stir it up. Pour yourself a glass. Add a little sugar. Add a little honey. I'm telling you, your mind will be blown. Or you can take tamarind and make tamarindo margaritas. Is like my favorite type of margarita. It's so good. What's up, Vigor? Good morning as well. Your local store has tahini? Well, there you go, JP. You buy a bottle, stick it in the fridge. It'll last for a year. Can I customize my... I don't remember how to customize my ship with like the star trails and stuff. It's not here, is it? No, that's the fabricator. I don't remember where to do... I don't remember how to apply the ship customizations. This is the appearance modifier. Whatever, it's not important at the moment. We're going back to the base. It's a slot thing, Farfuffle says. I don't remember. What's up, Mom Plays Minecraft? Good morning, everybody tuning in. Day 4 of No Man's Sky. We will be doing one more day, which is tomorrow, and then the drops are done, and I'll be... but tomorrow's going to be a little bit different. Tomorrow's schedule, we're going to be starting off with... Did it stick me under the ship again? This is really annoying when I portal in. Thank you very much. Pick them up from the anomaly and they take a slot. Okay. No, I'm not going to do the weekend event. So anyway, I got sidetracked. Tomorrow morning, schedule's going to be a little different. We're starting Hell Is Us tomorrow morning. Which I played the demo of a couple months back. I haven't posted this month's schedule video yet, coming up, JP, so I don't have a schedule yet. I don't have a scheduled video yet for the month of September. I do have a scheduled video that talks about the next 6 months from like 2 months ago, but that one is a slightly out of date because we've added some more stuff to the schedule. But I got a code from Rogue Factor and Nakon for Hell Is Us, so I'm going to be playing that tomorrow morning. No one really knows what Hell Is Us is about. It's a sci-fi exploration game. There's no mini maps. It had an interesting combat system. We had like a drone that helps us, so that we started off with a sword, and then we got 2 axes. There's also like a javelin, other melee weapons, but it's like an action exploration sci-fi RPG type of thing. I'll be playing that tomorrow morning. I believe the embargo goes down at 1 a.m. tonight. Well, 1 a.m. Monday morning. So I should be able to start tomorrow morning off with Hell Is Us. So tomorrow morning we're going to start at 4:30. I'll probably do 3 or 4 hours of Hell Is Us. Then we'll switch over and do another 3 hours of No Man's Sky. So we do the last drops day tomorrow for No Man's Sky. And then for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, it'll be Hell Is Us in the morning, every single morning. Then on the 4th, Indiana Jones, it is not a Souls-like. No, it is not a Souls-like. Take that word, throw it away. Souls-like, no, throw it out. The developer has been very adamant about telling people it is not a Souls-like game. It has adjustable difficulties. It is not a Souls-like. Nope. On the 4th, we will also be starting Indiana Jones: The Great Circle DLC, which kicks off at around 10 a.m. Central. So we'll play Hell Is Us in the morning and then move over. I may be done with Hell Is Us by then. It's supposedly 20 to 25 hours long if you just do the main storyline, and 35 or so hours if you do a completionist journey. So it'll be a short one. We'll be done with that by the end of next week. Indiana Jones: The Great Circle DLC on the 4th. I'll post the scheduled video probably today, this afternoon. I don't have Lotro tonight, so my brother's gone camping with the kids. So since I don't have a Lotro tonight, I'll do a scheduled video tonight probably. Then on the 10th we have Dune Awakening. The 12th is Borderlands 4, and in between that I'm doing Enshrouded. Thursday nights, I'm going to try to be joining Babylonia and his crew on Thursday nights to multi-stream with them for their multiplayer sessions. I did play last Thursday with them, but I didn't stream it because I got home really late after sending my PlayStation off for its warranty, and so I got home late and I was sweaty and grumpy and didn't want to stream. And then somewhere in the month of September, we also have the No Man's Sky Expedition dropping. I will definitely be playing the Expedition. However, I will not be playing the Expedition on the day it drops. I just don't have time. Because somebody said it's going to drop next Thursday. If that's the case, Thursday is when the Indiana Jones: The Great Circle DLC drops. I can't. I got Hell Is Us, Indiana Jones: The Great Circle DLC. Once I'm wrapped up with the two of those things, I could probably jump in and do the Expedition from like the 6th through the 10th. Because the Expeditions are usually like 8 to 12 hours long. If I could start the Expedition on Saturday, which is the 6th, I could then theoretically have that finished up by Wednesday morning, which is the 10th, which is when Dune Awakening kicks off Chapter 2. And then I'll be doing Dune Awakening probably for, I don't know how many days, probably about a week or two, because we'll go through the new storyline, we'll go through the DLC storyline, and then I want to build a new base with the Dune Man set. So that'll be maybe 2 weeks. And then on the 12th, I've got Borderlands 4. I don't know what to expect from Borderlands 4 too much, other than it's, I'm going to play the single-player campaign. And then after that, depending on how much time I have for the rest of September, I'm eyeballing Chronos: The New Dawn and Dying Light: The Beast. Those are, if I have time, somewhere in late September. Just depends on the schedule. Enshrouded has a massive content update coming in October. They're adding a water biome and a bunch of other stuff. Is this like Dune Awakening, only in space? Not. I would say that it shares some components because it is a, it has crafting and base building and vehicles, but no. Because this game also allows you to go into creative mode and just play the game and build shit, and you don't have to do any combat or anything like that. There's PvP in this game. There's absolutely PvP in this game. But you can turn it on or off. You can opt in or opt out. But this is actually a really good point for me to, I'm going to make a video here with YouTube. Give me a second here. Most opt out unless they forget, correct. So, let me go over here. Because here's my ship. but there are many different types of ships. So let me go into third person for this part, and then I'm gonna put my character over here a little bit so that I can get a better POV. And then we're gonna make a video that we can clip out later on YouTube. Yeah, that's the Explorer from the drops yesterday. I freaking love it, man. It's an awesome.
Protection falling.
So Raven Shard over on Twitch just asked, is this like Dune Awakening but in space? And so I feel like I gotta answer that a little more, fully, because in context, because it does have some elements that it shares with Dune Awakening, but it's also a lot different. So if you're coming from Dune Awakening and you've never played this before, what are some of the things that are similar? Okay, so you can have a ship, you can have a base. There's lots of base building. There is ship building. There is lots of harvesting of resources with a multi-tool. So going over here and saying, I want to gather these crystals as an example. Oops, that was the gun. I can gather these crystals. I can gather this plant. I can then use these resources to build lots of different things. So like everything that's in my inventory, as an example, all of these modules that are on my exosuit, I crafted and made with resources. All of these modules on my ship, some of them I made, some of them came with the ship. This is not a crafted ship. This was a ship that I got from Twitch drops. You can also purchase ships, but you can also build ships as well. I would say the crossover between Dune Awakening and this game is that they both feature base building, and they both feature ships that you can fly around with. But No Man's Sky is a completely different game, so it doesn't. The only thing that I would say that it crosses over with Dune Awakening on is the crafting building selection and the maybe some of the survival elements. But I think that's where the differences start to become really vast, because this game has been out for 9 years. So they've had a lot more runway to add more content. And so there's a lot more to do in No Man's Sky. Dune Awakening has a fairly standard cutscene heavy, narrative-driven RPG storyline that is like the main story. This game does not. This game has a story, but there's no cutscenes, there's no voice acting, there's none of that. It's just this is more of a found universe, environmental storytelling. Both games feature weather and storms. There are absolutely storms in this game on the various planets, but whereas Dune is focused on a single planet called Arrakis, which is a desert planet, No Man's Sky has many different types of planets and many different types of biomes. So as an example, I am on a radioactive planet. So we are dealing with radiation storms, and my character has periodically, my suit is telling me that my radiation protection is failing, and I will have to fix that. The other big difference is that whereas in Dune Awakening there's a default difficulty and a default mode that everyone plays, this game can be played as a single-player standalone game where you can disconnect from the internet completely, and you can go into the options and you can absolutely switch the difficulty over to whatever you want, and you can fully adjust all of these different settings, as well as doing a setting at the very top which allows you to take things completely to do things like there is the normal mode, There is the survival mode, there is relaxed mode, and then there's creative mode, which turns off all combat, it turns off all survival elements, and you could just focus. It also turns off the cost of everything, so you don't have to pay credits, you don't need materials to build things, you can just build and have fun and be creative. So that's something that Dune Awakening doesn't have. I don't think Dune Awakening will ever have this because it's not that style of a game. So again, I have a video up from a few months back called Comparison is the Thief of Joy. I really dislike comparing games to each other because I really think that people should enjoy each game for what that game brings to the table. So when it comes to looking at this game versus Dune Awakening, yes, there is some crossover in some of the things you're going to be doing, but Dune Awakening is very much sort of a action RPG survival crafting game with an RPG element, and this is more of an open space simulator exploration game. It really is completely different. And then, as an example, something you can't do in Dune Awakening is you can't do this. Hang on. Just wait for it. We are now in space outside of the planet. And you see that planet over there? You see that planet right there? You know what we can do? Just wait for it. It's about a 25-second journey. Just wait. We'll get there. Burn through Atmo. What's that? Oh, we're on another planet now, and we can land here and build a base here. This is a completely different biome to the planet where I'm currently building my base on. But you know what else you can do? Just wait. There's more. just wait. Not only can you do that, you can also... Welcome to the galaxy map. There are millions of galaxies that you can go to and travel to. Like literally millions. This is a procedurally generated space simulator. Now, you know, that's the thing. Like, right. Let other games be, you know, the best thing about different games is that they are different. That's exactly true. Like I said, there is some shared DNA in it in terms of the crafting, building, survival, spaceship aspect between this and Dune Awakening. But fundamentally, they are completely different games. Like, I would argue that, especially with creative mode, like, you can literally go into creative mode and just spend thousands and thousands and thousands of hours exploring space and seeing different planets and exploring different things. Yeah, there's 250 odd galaxies, many millions of solar systems in each. I may have said millions of galaxies. What I meant to say was millions of solar systems. Um, so there's, you know, it is true that this game has procedural generation. So once you've seen 50 or so planets, you've probably seen, you're going to see that same variation show up from time to time. Um, but you know, there is a story in this game. There's crafting in this game. There's base building in this game, underwater base building. They've done two massive updates in the last year, which was Worlds Part 1 and Worlds Part 2, which added deep things. They just added shipbuilding with this update, Voyagers, which launched 4 days ago. I have built a Corvette, correct? I have built one. I'm not using it because the shipbuilding is still in its first early iteration. It still needs work. Thanks for the bits and the celebration for the affiliate stuff, Magdalena, over on Twitch. I appreciate that. They added fishing last year as well, so you can fish now. You have the fishing skiff. Um, you know, like many games, once you get past like the 100-hour mark, you're going to be doing some stuff that is a little bit repetitive. But if you like the gameplay loop of this game, then this is easily a game where you can spend thousands of hours, just like I have done in Lord of the Rings Online and Star Wars: Old Republic over the years, World of Warcraft, EverQuest 2, games that I've played for decades. I just started my No Man's Sky journey last year, so I have probably 150 hours on record right now. There are people who have been playing this since launch 9 years ago who have thousands of hours in this game because they love this game. Um, so Yeah, there's also like settlement stuff that you could do. There's the fleet management if you get into that aspect of the game as well, where you can manage your own fleet of ships. There's a lot going on in this game. And again, it's been out for 9 years. They've had 9 years to add a bunch of stuff. Dune Awakening just launched 2 months ago. So it's kind of, I always come back to that comparison to the Thief of Joy, which we made that video during Avowed because so many people were trying to compare Avowed to Skyrim or Oblivion, and it's like, stop doing that. They're completely fundamentally different games. This also is a fundamentally different game compared to Dune Awakening. The only thing they share is that you can build bases and fly ships around, but um, that's about where the similarities begin and end. Plus the fact that you can do like I probably need to make a separate video about this, but I think we'll just segue into that and have this be a part of this video. But we had somebody the other day that said they didn't like the grind in No Man's Sky, and I kind of had to take a step back and go, well, what grind are you talking about? Because if you don't like the harvesting side of things, or you don't want to go out there and find the materials that are required to build your mods, to build your starships, to build your base, you could literally turn those elements off, because you could go into creative mode and say, let me land before I open up that menu really quick. But I look at that and I'm like, what grind? Oh, well, like the resource grind. I gotta grind for resources. I gotta grind credits, and all these other things. And I'm like, you don't have to though, because as we're gonna show here in a second, once I land, you can literally go into the difficulty options. I'm on normal mode, right? That's the normal default setting, which has a light survival element to it. But you can also go in here and adjust every single little thing. Do you not want to deal with survival elements? Turn them off. What do you want? Standard resources, or do you want abundant resources, or do you want the resources to be more scarce? Do you want your damage levels to be? Do you want your fuel usage to be free so that it doesn't cost anything? That's why you can like go in here and go to creative mode and look at that. It no longer costs anything to craft. You don't use any fuel when you fly. You don't have to spend any money on purchases. Like, there is no grind in this game if you don't want there to be any grind. Or if you want to go hardcore, guess what? You could go turn it on survival mode. And now it makes things super challenging. And so you get out of No Man's Sky exactly what you want to get out of No Man's Sky. If you're going to play this game legitimately, if you're going to play it for real, you get to set exactly what type of experience you're going to have in No Man's Sky. And yes, exactly, we should be celebrating the differences in games rather than the similarities. A lot of people have lost that along the way. Because, yeah, it does. I will always come back to that. Comparison is the thief of joy. Like, there can be similarities between games, but I don't want my games to be carbon copies of each other. Like, so the conversation earlier about, is this like Dune Awakening? Similarities. But also, like, I could look at Minecraft and say this game is more similar to Minecraft than it is to Dune Awakening. Because I can go into creative mode and I can, that's something that not a lot of crafting survival games offer, is that creative mode. Enshrouded is another great example of a game that has sort of a crafting base building element that it shares with No Man's Sky, that it shares with Minecraft, that it shares with Dune Awakening, but then Enshrouded does their own thing, where you can adjust the difficulty levels and you can adjust the, you can have a creative setting, a creative mode in that game as well. Plus, that game has like an RPG skill tree, whereas Dune Awakening also, as an example, has that archetype class system where you can choose your skills and abilities from the archetypes. And then there's the, like this game does have weapon gameplay, but it's completely different to the weapon gameplay of Dune Awakening, which is more similar to the Division 2 than it is to anything else. So, anyway, the grind thing, in terms of the grind aspect, this game has so many customizable difficulties and things you could tweak that if you don't like a certain aspect of the game, but you do like other things, tweak the things that you don't like and focus on what you do like, and you'll find more enjoyment out of it. Yeah, when Starfield added the survival mode, James MC, I was a big fan of that update because it allowed us to further tweak the settings and give us exactly the experience that we wanted in Starfield. So, like, I turned on, like, I wanted food and drink stuff, but I didn't want to deal with like ammo weight, so I turned the ammo weight off as an example. So that's a perfect example of, and something else I've done a lot in this game is I don't like the fishing. I don't like the fishing in this game. I don't like the manual fishing. So I haven't done any fishing on this character, but one thing I will always do when I decide to go, if I have to do fishing for quests, is I will turn the auto catch option on so that I don't have to deal with the grind of manually fishing in this game, because I'm just not a fan of that mini game, because it gets very repetitive after you've cast the line like 5 or 10 times. So perfect example of, the grind is what you want it to be. You fully control your experience in No Man's Sky. So this goes back to, does it have anything to compare to these other games? Sure, there are similarities, but at the end of the day, No Man's Sky is its own game, doing its own thing, and it's okay to compare aspects of it to other games, but let those other games be their thing, let this game be its thing, and enjoy video games for what they are. Celebrate the teams that make them, celebrate the developers, the designers, the VFX artists, the asset artists, the voice actors, the motion capture performers, the writers, the producers, the marketing teams. Celebrate the people who make these games for us to enjoy. You'll be far happier in your life if you focus on the little things rather than, oh, I don't like the grind. This game isn't like this other game that I played. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams on YouTube and Twitch. We start every day at about 4:30, 5 a.m. 4:30 to 5 a.m. Central. Play lots of games. This is the day job. Merch link is in the chat on YouTube and Twitch if you guys want to pick up merchandise. And I gotta go back into first person because I can't stand playing this game in third person. I also play Starfield in first person. I play any game in first person if they give me the option. Did I miss a quest? What was I doing? I forget what I was doing. Construct the appearance modifier. Which I really don't care about, but it's just teaching me how to build something. Oh, I totally forgot how to play this game. Last time I played was in That's why I took this opportunity to do a fresh start character, because there was no way I was going to remember how to play in time for the expedition. Tremanta says, I have the bad habit of comparing current new Bethesda games back to Morrowind and Oblivion. Safe to say I have yet to be happy. Yeah, that's definitely something you have to stop doing. I love Bethesda games, period. I love all Bethesda games. But that is a mental it's a mental thing. Like, some people have a mental block that keeps them from liking games, because they'll say things like, "Oh, more," I've heard, this is my favorite. Skyrim was such a better game. No, it wasn't. Skyrim is a 20-year-old game that plays like a 20-year-old game. 20-year-old tech with 20-year-old game mechanics. No, it's not a better game. It's not. It's a celebrated game that has sold millions of copies without a shadow of a doubt, but it is not a better game when you compare it to modern games which have better physics, better graphics, better engineering, better tech. Um, I'll have people say crazy things like, EverQuest was the best MMORPG that has ever been created, and every MMO since then has failed. Are you fucking out of your mind? No. I'm sorry, no. EverQuest never had more than 1 million players, and the only reason it ever got to 1 million players in the first place was because it was the only thing that was available to play at the time that it was out. When World of Warcraft came along and blew up to 100 million players, it was because World of Warcraft did it better. Better tech, better mechanics, more accessibility, more casual. Like, if you look at past Bethesda games, they're all great games. Like, we just played the Oblivion remaster a couple months back. Phenomenal. Phenomenal experience. Not as good as Starfield. Not as good as Starfield. Not as They don't have the engineering, they don't have the tech, they don't have the enhanced combat. They take all the best things that Bethesda has worked on over the years and refined it into a modern game that also included shipbuilding and spaceflight and science fiction and everything else. Now, one could discuss the writing. That's valid. But yeah, the best thing to do with any game company that produces games over many years is accept and embrace everything they do. Because if you love the teams that have made those games, then you should love all of the things. Man, this is going to lead us down that pathway, isn't it? It always leads back to Star Wars and Star Trek. I always tell people, if you love Star Wars, you should love all Star Wars. And someone invariably will will say, "Nuh-uh, Disney Star Wars sucks." And I will always respond with this: have you seen the Christmas special that George Lucas produced? Have you seen the Christmas special? Did you watch the Ewok movies that were put on TV in the early 80s? Did you? Because if you haven't seen the Christmas special or the Ewok films, you don't get to talk to me about how Disney Star Wars sucks. Sorry, not the way that works. If you like Star Wars, you like all of Star Wars, while accepting and realizing that some Star Wars is not as good as other Star Wars. Like, the Christmas special is without a doubt one of the worst things that has ever been produced in Star Wars. Ever. And that was George Lucas at the peak. So no. If you like Bethesda games, you like all Bethesda games. It's just that some Bethesda games are better than other Bethesda games. There's no shame in that. None. It's like, if you like CD Projekt Red games, you're going to like all CD Projekt Red games. Fallout 76 betrayed me. They lied. Todd Howard lied to me. Starfield didn't have ship landing and takeoff. I'm not allowed to manually take off and land my ship in Starfield. It's the worst game ever. Todd Howard lied to me. He lied. The fuck out of here. Crazy people on the internet. By the way, I went back and tried to rewatch the Ewok movies a couple years ago because I had fond memories of them as a child. I couldn't actually finish watching them as an adult. I was like, oh my god, this is so bad. I would need to be exceptionally high to watch this. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to watch this sober. Like, those Ewok movies are so bad. But as a 5-year-old or 7-year-old child, when I saw those, they were the best thing I had ever seen in my life. But as an adult, you could look back on those things and go, not that good, but yet still an important part of Star Wars history and a part of Star Wars canon. You don't get to dictate what is or isn't Star Wars. It's all part of it. Best part about this game, Oneurus, is you get to use whatever exosuit voice you prefer, male or female. It's up to you. I'm going to destroy this thing because I don't need it. Delete. I have no idea. I'll clear that one. Looks like the Automod caught a word. Will I someday play and stream VR games? Nah, it's not on my agenda. I don't think VR tech is anywhere near where it's going to be accessible to the average person. I need more storage space, to be honest with you. Romer Geo Bay. This is one of the first quests that requires us to really start looking at some different harvestals that we haven't seen yet. Let's see how many of these I can make. I need cobalt. Yeah, I haven't found cobalt yet. Time to stash stuff. Oh, actually, you know what? I need to keep the oxygen. Well, let me just ditch everything first. No, let's keep that. CO2. I think those are all the things I need to... No, I need carbon for the mining. Alright, I can refill all of my personal things. Cobalt is readily extracted from subterranean rock deposits. Search the environment for cave inches. Select locate substance in the catalog for more guidance. There may not be cobalt on this planet.
Radiation protection falling.
I'm not seeing any pop up on my... In caves. Yeah, but I'm not seeing... Oh, wasn't there a cave? Hold up. There is a cave somewhere close by. I remember seeing a cave right over there. Let's go see if there's any cobalt. But I don't remember if cobalt is even on the planet. Yeah, right here. Cobalt and silver. By the way, is this also cobalt and silver? No, that's cave marl. I'm gonna grab some of this since we're here. Oh, this is the one that you do with your hazmat glove. Oh, there's a mosquito I need to kill. That's because we went inside. Oh, this one is gold and silver. Oh, I'm gonna grab it while we're here. Oh, unidentified mineral. Hello. Tritium in that one. That's interesting. I'll have a movie review coming out today, guys. Chris and I watched The Accountant 2 last night. Phenomenal film. Very good movie. Little comedy action, a little bit of regular action. Just a fun sequel to the first movie. Why is it no longer tracking components? I need a bunch of ferrite dust. Oh, I know why. Because it's acting like I don't have the metal tabs. Metal plates. Why do I need ferrite dust? What is it wanting me to create? Ion batteries? Ah, that would be why I need ferrite dust. Craft ion
Radiation
batteries.
protection going.
Is that it? No, I need paraffinium. Why does it keep unpinning from my details? Gather and refine paraffinium. Paraffinium is found on worlds with a tropical environment. I'm betting that's not going to be on this planet. But let's see what we can see. Paraffinium. I do not know where paraffinium is found. Like, I don't remember which one of these lists it's on. Paraffinium, I am not seeing it. Am I blind? Oh, there it is. I am blind. Locate. Launch into space. Yep, that's what I thought. Well, we're going off on an adventure. Need to find a tropical planet with paraffinium. Alright, let's take a look at the other planets in this system. That doesn't have any. What other ship systems do we have here? Guessing on the other side. There it is, paraffinium. Raw material. Whew. Paradise planet for the win. Let's see what it looks like when we get there. This might be somewhere. If it has oceans, this might be a cool place to set up. Like some sort of a base build. There's some water over here, it looks like. I think that might be water. Oh my, this looks interesting for sure. not huge body of water, but there's potential right around here. The look of this is pretty awesome. Ooh, got a building right there. I see potential here, far more potential than on that stupid radiation planet we're building on. And it's got rings around us. Man, I feel like there might be some potential to this. If I can find if it has an ocean on it. Build ourselves a coastal little holiday. It's an interesting looking planet for sure. I haven't seen any massive bodies of water yet though. Definitely got like lakes though, lots of lakes. In any case, I'm here for paraphenium, so should just land. If I'm not mistaken, this one has aquatic landing jets. Just so we can show that off. Love it. Alright, paraphenium. Look at that. There's some 300 meters away. 1,000. Let's start with the 300. That should give us plenty. It's copper. Hang on, look at the long one. Where's it at? Oh, it abandoned, but I still have it tracked. Yeah, lighting a fire is going to be awesome. Take my money! Hang on, there was some... Yeah, right here, this is what I was looking at. There's a really rich oxygen bed right here. We're gonna grab all of this. Thank you very much. Oh! Fell into a hole. That could have ended badly. Really? Definitely need more sodium nitrate. That should be plenty. Grab all of these while we're here. Don't need that. Grab this. Yes, yes, life support systems. I'm aware. Yeah, no one has a timeline on lighting a fire, though. We're still a ways out from that.
Technology recharge.
Nice big deposits. We're gonna take all of it, please. Weapon charge depleted.
Technology recharge.
If I had to guess, they'll probably just basically take everything that made this game successful and carbon copy it over without expanding too much, because you don't want to try to take something and break it. You know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's makes sense. But essentially what they've been doing is they've been taking ideas from Light No Fire, bringing them over here for testing, and seeing how those things are reacted to by the No Man's Sky community. And if those things work, put them in Light No Fire. It's pretty simple from a development standpoint. Also pretty smart. Not every company's in the position to do that, so they're in a very unique financial position to be able to experiment in that way. But I would not expect Light No Fire to launch with a bunch of features that players don't know anything about. I would say it's going to take all the things that we're familiar with from No Man's Sky and just have it set in a fantasy environment. Alright, I need to find my base, which is all the way over here. what are those ships doing above my base? Who the frack are you guys? Why is there 3 ships around my little home base? What did I do wrong? I didn't do anything. Maybe I should just leave? Maybe I should just sort of like, you know, it's not my base. I don't know who built this place. Dude, I'm just a passerby, man. I'm just a passerby. I don't know who owns this house. Yeah, move along, guys. Just thank you. Innocent minor. All right. Well, there's one of those radioactive. Go away! Those little radioactive tornado things. All right, enjoy your dinner, moms. Base computer. Gracias. It is our affiliate anniversary on Twitch. There's the landing pad. Finally, man. This is one of the ones that I was waiting for. This is a pain in the butt. Alright. Okay. I'll be right back, everybody. We'll take a quick bio. And then we're going to build our landing pad. Birthday, no, Trick but thank you. It's our, I guess it's our like affiliate anniversary or something on Twitch. I don't know. Twitch is reminding people about it. Farfel says, "Did you know you can actually see your frigate expeditions doing their exploration in real time?" Interesting. Wow. So this is going to be the perfect moment for me to jump in and focus on a comment that was just made on Twitch. Rafante says, after so many hours in the game, I feel the same way, like there's not enough stuff to do. If you play Red Dead Redemption 2, for example, you never get an empty place. There are stories for every single piece of ground you step in. I missed that for No Man's Sky. So that is the perfect example of that video we were talking about earlier about comparison is the thief of joy. Because that right there is a what we would call a kind of a false flag argument, because you cannot compare Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a handcrafted limited size map, to No Man's Sky, which is an infinite space procedurally generated map. It is easier to handcraft content to put into a limited space map like what Red Dead Redemption 2 has, because it is a finite amount of space. So you take your team, you work from the bottom of the map to the top of the map, and you create content, and you fill in POIs, and you create events, and you populate the map with content. You cannot ever make the same amount of content to populate a procedurally generated world that you could create for a handcrafted world. That's just never going to be a possibility, ever. It's never going to happen. It's never going to feel even remotely the same, because they are fundamentally, completely different design philosophies. Handcrafted versus procedurally generated. They don't. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, that's not a that's not a good faith argument to make, because it's just not. Um, and also, no one wants AI storytelling. Trust me, no one wants AI storytelling. We want stories being told by people who are writing things. Because AI is going to give you some ridiculously stupid fetch quests. It's not going to give you handcrafted stories. The reason Red Dead Redemption 2 feels so amazing when you play it is because those stories are all handcrafted, written by actual writers in a writer's room, procedurally captured by teams of dedicated actors who are doing motion performance capture and voice acting, etc. But you did compare Red Dead Redemption 2 to No Man's Sky. You did, though. It's great that you love them both for different purposes, but you did specifically compare. So don't backtrack. I'm not arguing with you. I'm saying that's a bad argument. But you did compare them. So you don't get to backtrack and say that's not what I said. You did. I literally quoted you. It's all good. It's all good. Um the Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of my favorite all-time games, up there with like Cyberpunk 2077, Witcher 3. I think from a fundamental RPG standpoint, what Rockstar did with that game is something that is extremely hard to replicate. But also, it had a nearly infinite budget that most teams don't have. If I remember correctly, it was a $850 million budget for Red Dead Redemption 2, like when you included the marketing, and it took however many years it took. Cyberpunk 2077 took 9 years from start to finish. Then they had a botched launch, and then they spent another 2 years fixing it to get to Cyberpunk 2.0 and the Phantom Liberty DLC. So I think these days they're what, close to 12 years into the journey. So it took them 12 years to get Cyberpunk 2077 to the state that it is today. That's a long time. If I have time, Basic Swallow, I do want to try it. I watched all the trailers and stuff at Gamescom, so if I can fit it into the schedule, I do plan on trying it. But that will be a schedule issue for me. I already have a very packed schedule. Let's see here. 10 metal platings. Oh my god. Let's start with the ion batteries. Those should be relatively easy to make. The AI heard you and you just got an ad for Samsung AI. That's awesome. That's awesome. I did track the list, damn it. Pen details, thank you. Microprocessors. Do I not have the microprocessor? I don't think I have the microprocessor recipe, which is fine. Ten metal plates. Can I make 10 metal plates? I bet I can't. I need a whole bunch of ferrite dust. You know, another good example of procedural is Starfield uses procedural generation for their planets, and it looks great. It works well for the system they have. They have some Radiant quests that use a formulaic system to generate new Radiant quests from the kiosks. Cyberpunk 2077 has Radiant quests that are formulated by a type of AI. I think that you can have generic content that is based on formulas, but it's never going to be as satisfying as handcrafted content. And we're decades away from AI being able to create like holodeck Star Trek style, fully functionally fleshed out stories that feel like they're written and acted out by real people. They're a long way from that. Oh, Alexa is definitely listening. Google Chat is always listening, 100%. Like, there is no coincidence that you talk about something and 20 minutes later an ad pops up for it. There's zero coincidence in that. Yep. That's right. If you say the name of, that's great, Diligent. If you say the name of a YouTuber out loud, you'll start getting their YouTube shorts. It's just part of, if you have any sort of smart device in your home, you accept that that is part of your reality. There is no owning a smart device and being free of AI listening to you and companies microphoning you and tapping you. You gave up that freedom by having a smart device. So own it, accept it, embrace it. It's part of reality. It's the world we live in. Unless you're going to go be off the grid with solar panels and no internet and no cell phone, no smartphones, like, that's just the world we live in, kids. Like,
Protection. Stabilizing.
there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, I always get a chuckle when people are like, that shouldn't be that way. They shouldn't be able to listen. You should check the terms of service of the smart devices that you purchased, because they 100% have every legal right to listen. Check the terms of service. Your smart devices 100% have terms and services that are all about the machine using active learning, and that encapsulates within it listening to everything around it at all times. Every single time you accept cookies,
Radiation protection falling.
I know I need to build stairs or a ramp or something. I'll get to it. Give me a minute. Oh, I could be breaking those geodes down. I forgot about that. Oh, damn it. Let me do this, and then I'll build a ramp or stairs or something. Oh shit, that landing pad is way bigger than I remember it being. Oh, I have to go get the microprocessors. Alright, before I do that though, let's make a ramp or stairs or something. Oh, you know what? I bet I don't own any stairs or a ramp or something. I'm probably gonna have to buy. Do I have any?
Radiation protection stabilizing.
Structures. Do I have the pieces to buy a ramp? Stairs! Oh, well, those are ramps. Yeah, I can totally. Do I have it? I don't have any salvage data. You know what, though? Screw you. We're gonna solve this. Yes. Just.
Item received. Item received.
I don't care.
Item received. Item received.
I don't care. I've done all this before. I don't. I'm just gonna buy all the things.
Item received. 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 Item received.
That's right.
Item received.
Item received, guys.
Item received. Item received. Item received.
I'm receiving all the items right now, guys.
Item received. Item received.
Okay, now we can go back to normal mode. Just so I don't have to worry about the stupid building parts. Incognito mode is a lie. Alright. Do I want to use a half ramp or a normal ramp? That's going the wrong way. How do I flip it? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I hit the wrong thing. Help! Delete. Delete.
Radiation protection void.
Okay. How do I rotate? I hit the wrong button to rotate. It is not snapping where I want it to snap. Why is that? It's not wanting to attach. Oh, there we go. Problem solved. There we go, guys. Hashtag triggered. Fix your entry, man. Well, I have a save. I have my main save Callisti where I've earned everything. This is a throwaway save. This is literally just for me to get my mind back around the play session, the controls, so that when the expedition drops next week or whenever it drops, I'll be ready and remembering how to play. Because my big save, yeah, I 100% have earned everything. I've got like 180 million credits. I've got an S-class living ship. I've busted my ass on that save. But on my alts, yeah, fuck that. If I need building pieces, I'm just gonna be like, give me all the things. Put it on creative mode for 5 minutes. I'm getting all the building sets. I need 2 microprocessors, and I'm gonna have to buy some more coin at some point. Or sell some things, I should say.
Product received.
Oh no, we already turned it off again. We're back on normal mode. That was for 90 seconds of buy all the things. Let's see if it sticks me in the ground with my ship again. I'm gonna have to fix this. I think the problem is that it's basically sticking my ship right where the teleporter is. Toggle build
Radiation
camera
protection
because I
void.
can't see shit from here. Yay! Now I don't have to worry about fuel anymore. Or to jump to get into my base, because I was really lazy about putting a ramp. Ah. Okay, what of that? What's next? Follow the coordinates. Archived location detected. I probably don't need half the stuff that I have on me, so let's stash it. I don't need paraphernalia or condensed carbon. Alright, let me go check a couple of things. GP says GIF of Abe Simpson. Abe Simpson walking in the door, seeing bartender and walking out again. Ads dictate our lives. I mean, it's legitimately, yeah, ads do dictate our lives, 100%. And I'm okay with that, personally. Rawr! Alright, I gotta try to make it another 30 minutes. Hit the 3-hour mark. I'm fading. That 2 a.m. wake up. No, I slept in this morning. I woke up at 2 and then went back to sleep. And then my alarm was not turned on today, so I ended up sleeping until 4:30. Starfinder 2.0. Unless you sub to Renfail, Triggerfer says, then you don't have any ads. That's right. Thanks, Napier. Appreciate it. But that, that brings me to, I don't mind ads, but I'm someone who has I've willingly hooked myself up to the Matrix. Like, I am the guy who eats the steak and drinks the wine and says, I don't care. I'm glad that it tastes good. I'm glad that it tastes good. Like, I willingly accept that I am 100% plugged in. And I'm okay with that, because I like technology, and I like convenience. I don't miss having to go work a back-breaking job in construction and having to... Do you remember some of us are old enough to remember this. Do you remember the days... Like, I can remember, because I worked construction for years. Someone would call you, or you would call them, and they would give you verbal instructions on how to get to their location. Turn right on 17th Boulevard and drive 3/4 mile till you see the white gazebo. Make a left on the Thungerthang lane, and you're going to go down about a ½ mile until you see the red barn on the right-hand side. Now, don't go too much further. You're only going to want to go about a 1/4 mile past that red barn. You're going to hang a left. It's going to be a tiny little dirt road. You're not going to see it unless you're paying attention. There's a little windmill that you won't see until you come around the corner. It's down there in the holler. And then you're literally driving along and you're like reading these handwritten notes that you've written. Fuck that. GPS all the way. Give me Google Maps 100%. 100% of the time I want my Google ads. My Google apps, I should say. Google Maps, not Google ads. I do not miss that. Trickerfer says, I think my sense of direction is good because we had to figure out things. That is true. I will say that is something that was an acquired skill because my wife has never had to drive. She doesn't have a driver's license. And her sense of navigation and direction is absolute shit. Even in our own little hometown, we just went for a walk like 3 nights ago, right? And we went in a direction we had never gone before. We have a normal circuit that we do. And we were walking on the street and they had a section that was blocked off because they were doing a funeral or something. And so we took a detour and we went through this other area, and we walked, and we went on our little walk, and then we came back. And as we were on our way back, she's like, "Where are we? I'm completely lost." And I was like, "We're literally walking back the exact same route we just came on." But because she has never had to drive, she has never, her brain has never like locked into that navigation mode, where my brain is very much wired to a, I drove this way coming in, this is the way to get out, because I grew up in that era of not needing a GPS to tell me exactly where to go, or Google Maps telling me exactly where to go. And she's never driven, so she's never, that part of her brain that triggers and recognizes, you turned right here, you turned left here, you went 3 blocks here, that part of her brain doesn't exist. Whereas it does for me. Like reading a physical atlas or a physical map, kids of today have no clue how to read a map. So that's definitely something that's sort of a lost skill. Doesn't mean I miss using those. I don't miss using physical maps, having to break out the city map. I remember the first few years working in Denver, Colorado, where I was new to Colorado, I was new to, and so I literally had to have a city map. And when someone would give me directions, I would have to go to the city map, and I would have to literally like figure it out and mark on my map the ways to go. And then that doesn't factor in road construction. And the nice thing about like Google Maps these days is it'll tell you whether there's road construction, it'll tell you detours. One of my favorite examples of Google Maps just saving my ass was I went to Puerto Vallarta in 2015, and this is 10 years ago, and Google Maps was doing amazing things. Went to Puerto Vallarta on a work trip, and so they paid for us to go, they gave us a rental car, they paid for everything when we were there, and we were in the rental car, and Puerto Vallarta does this weird thing where you've got 2 lanes going this way and 2 lanes going this way, right? Just like this, going through the heart of town. And then on either side, you have these side roads, which also are singles. They're single. It's 1 lane this way, 1 lane this way, but they do this. And then what they do is that periodically they will have an on that'll merge. They'll have like a little weird thing that merges onto the main 2 lane. But if you've never seen that, because it's not a stoplight and then turn left, it is literally just like a little diagonal street. And what you're supposed to do is know that those diagonal streets are there and know that those are used to get on and get off the main 2-lane thoroughfare. And neither one of us had ever been to Puerto Vallarta, so we were both with Google Maps. It's like saved our ass, because it was like, hey, you're going to need to look out for the diagonal thing where you're going to merge up here. And it just saved our butt trying to navigate that city when we were there for 2 weeks, because we were having to go to all these hotels to do photo shoots. And yeah, Google Maps was a lifesaver. And I can remember traveling back in the day before the advent of smartphones, and I don't miss any of that. I do admit that having navigation as a skill is cool, but I don't miss the days before technology. Google Translate is so cool. Uber Eats, being able to order groceries directly to my house, being able to get a transport directly to my home, whether it's Uber or Lyft or whatever. I 100% embrace all of that and accept that, yeah, I have no privacy. Everything I do or see is being recorded until such time as I'm, in the grave. Like, I'm plugged in, baby. I will eat the steak. I don't care if it's fake. It tastes good. Why Google? Yes, I did in fact talk about how I love the Lord of the Rings extended editions, and you are gonna promote lots of Lord of the Rings things to me every time I open up my social media. It's all right, Alexa. Calm yourself. You don't need to show me every single Lord of the Rings thing available on Amazon Prime. I own many of them. Oh, of course it makes you feel dirty. Like you're making another man richer every single time you do a transaction. But the convenience factor cannot be ignored. You just can't ignore it. Like a perfect example is like um, we cannot get the coffee that we like locally. We have to order through Amazon. If I didn't have Amazon, I wouldn't be able to get the coffee that I like. I'd have to drink something else. Cat food, like the premium cat food that we want to buy. For a long time, it was only available on Amazon. You could only get the Purina Pro Excellence on Amazon. And then one of the local vets started carrying it, so we started buying it from the local vet because he's a nice kid and we like to support him and his business. But Amazon is 100%. I will happily use Amazon above any other local chain. It's usually cheaper. Temu is the other one. Like Chris and I use a lot of Temu these days because Temu is cheaper than Amazon. And it's like, so I'll find, you name it, like beanies. I like beanies. So I'll buy a beanie, like maybe it's $15 on Amazon and they charge me $5 for shipping or whatever. $20. I could buy 5 of these on Temu for $20. So why wouldn't I buy it at Temu? Like, why not? Absolutely, I'm gonna go buy it on Temu. I can get 5 of these for $20. So Chris and I use it. She uses Temu probably about 90% of the time. These days, I really only use Amazon for coffee, my almond milk, pickles, things I can't get at the local grocery store, and tech stuff. I will use Amazon for all my, like, when I need cables or like a new Xbox or new PlayStation or things like that, or I need a new Xbox controller, I'll just buy things on Amazon. Is it worth visiting all the planets in the same solar system? 100%. There's not just the discovery points, but also every single planet has flora and fauna that you can discover, which are good for good for credits. First contact, baby. A rotting planet. Yes, I will say that's what Tuttle Metal Jacket said. It's a lot of fun in the beginning, but after you've done 25, 30 planets, you'll start to see... What the fuck is that? You'll start to see the generation and stuff. Incoming message. Space mold, run away. which is no different than any other game. Like, Starfield is a good example, too. It's fun to go visit the first 15, 20 planets and scan everything and visit all the bases and stuff. But after you've done 15 or 20 of them, you'll start to notice the repetition. The repetition? Spetter asks, are there still untouched systems in No Man's Sky where you can name them yourself? Everything I've been exploring for the past 4 or 5 days that I've been playing, this planet, right, all of this is undiscovered. I am in a completely, it put me in an undiscovered part of the world for my new player experience, undiscovered part of the universe. So I can name everything here. As Indecisive Wolf says, less than 1% of all planets in No Man's Sky have been discovered by other players. Yep. There are 18 quintillion planets. That's a big old body of water. This is like acid rain, though. Alkaline cloudbursts.
Toxic protection. Falling.
We need to go in that direction, so I'm gonna hop back in and fly. Oh, I do gotta be careful about
Weather
my
update. Storm clearing.
I don't have that much fuel left, and I don't know where to harvest stuff here to get my fuel, so I gotta be careful about that. Yeah, you can say that, Arthas. Like, if once you start to recognize the procedural generation elements, you'll definitely start to notice the patterns. You'll notice it. As an example, you see this building structure in front of me? Even though they might make some of the environments slightly different, and there's, there's difference in the animals and the wildlife and the landscapes, these buildings are almost always going to be like, there's going to be carbon copies of these. So here's what I can tell you without even going in. You know what's going to happen when we walk in here? There's going to be a module that's going to be covered in debris, and we're going to have to go in to touch that thing and take some pieces out to uncover the module. Watch. And there's stuff on the ceiling. See what I mean? Covered in debris. Hazardous flora detected. Like, these become very repetitive after you've seen 10 or 12 of them. So even though the landscapes can be varied for sure, you'll start to see the procedure elements. So you kind of can say, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like, because technically there are so many permutations that no one human being will ever be able to see every single permutation. But procedural generation is very easy to detect once you've seen it 10 or 15, 20 times. You'll definitely see like the same building structures used, the same interiors used. Oh look, another console covered in alien goo. I've not seen that before at all. Yeah, I'm down to 10% launch thrusters. I need to get... I don't think they've given me the module yet to do, like, the solar restoration. Correct, Farfuffle. Like, I spent my first playthrough of Starfield, I think it was over 300 hours, and I spent probably 150 of those hours just doing space missions from the terminals, like the kiosks. And at some point after you've done 10 of those or 12 of those, you're going to go to the exact same underground structure or the exact same pirate base, or you're going to go out and you're going to fight the same 5 ships, the same 3 ships. Like, at some point after you've done it a dozen times or so, you're going to start to see that repetition show up, even though the exact specifics might be different, especially the ones where you got to go down to the like the bases and kill the pirates or something. But that's fine because it's still fun, even though you recognize the repetitive nature of that procedural content, which is the same thing here. Like, doesn't mean it's not fun. It's just that our brains begin to recognize the patterns. And I would agree with what Wolf says right now. Starfield's POIs have way more variety than No Man's Sky does, but it's also only a 2-year-old game versus this being a 9-year-old game, and people still have all these feelings with No Man's Sky about it's a better game, and it's like, no, it's just different. They've also had 9 years to do things. Starfield's only had 2. Let's come back in 9 years after Starfield's been out for 9 years, and then we can make a fair comparison. But I would say that after having played this game, there's definitely way more variation. Here's a good example. Every single space station you visit in No Man's Sky, every single space station, the interior looks exactly the same. It's the same fucking layout. The exterior might change, but the interior is the same 100% of the time. It's procedural, but also copy-paste. Nothing wrong with that, but recognize that that's just the system that they have in place. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But there is definitely far more POI. I would 100% agree with that. There's way more POI variance. But again, after you've done it 20 planets, you'll notice the repetition in Starfield as well. But I love that game. It's a great game. Well, Star Citizen also has a $1 billion budget, which is something that not all the other games have. So their team has specifically set up, because they're selling those ships to generate income, they are handcrafting those ships in a way that's different. It's a lot different than what other games are doing, because that's part of their fundraising. And so there's a lot of energy being spent on creating really cool handcrafted ships. Alright, I need to make some more fuel. Yeah, any game, given enough time, they will continue to add more variation and more stuff, so. Install a life support module. Nice. What did I need to make for the fuel? hydrogen and metal plating. I've got some of that. Oh, it's not pure ferrite. I need ferrite dust. No, damn it. Not the right stuff. I need some more of this stuff.
Radiation protection falling.
Any more nearby? So here's a question for some of you who play more No Man's Sky than I do. What do some of the big streamers do that have been playing this game for a long time and they stream this game every single day? What do they actually do on a daily basis? Because I know from having played my main character up to around 100 hours or whatever it was, I have things that I still have left to do. Like I've been looking into potentially finish the autophage at some point this fall, because I would like to unlock that. But like, what do you do when you've had everything unlocked? Like you've done all the storylines. What do you do between what do those streamers do in between expeditions? Ah! Don't roast me, bro. Ship hunt, space builds, searching for certain creature types, survival challenges. Because you know, I've been doing variety content for a long time, but there is a certain part of my, you know, I always wonder because I get good traffic with this game, right? Every time I've played this game, I've gotten good traffic, and it makes me good money when I stream it. Like I make pretty good ad revenue off this game. We always end up getting a whole bunch of new followers, and I look at this and I look at Enshrouded. And I always think to myself, it's like, maybe it would be nice to just take 6 months and go all in on one of these games that that have like, but I'm always leery at the same time because I do like to play lots of other games, and that's what I've always done is focused on being variety, and I don't want to I don't want to get locked into playing one thing, but at the same time, there's a sort of there's a tickle at the back of my brain that goes, I wonder if, but I'm curious about, like, what are people doing? Because I could see the survival challenge stuff being interesting. Ship hunting could be interesting. The creating production bases to make billions of credits, that's boring to me. Base building, though, I love base building. Yeah, that's the thing, Wolf. I've never enjoyed spending too much time in one game because there's always something new there's always something new over the horizon that I want to try. But at the same time, when you are playing a game and you have 300, 400, 500 people watching the live streams, there's always that lure of going, oh, this is kind of lucrative. If I go play this other game, I'm only going to have 50 to 60 people watching, but I've got 500 people watching me play this game. It's like group meets and show off displays. Yeah, I've got some ships on my main save that look like the BSG Vipers. I also got very lucky and got a Class A. Matter of fact, here, I'll show you. I got extremely lucky with my very first character. Check this out. Speaking of Battlestar Galactica, hang on. Because... yeah, Interest always does this because of expeditions and updates, for sure. That's why Enshrouded's doing well right now, is because we got an October update. So, I got extremely lucky with this freighter. Brand new, first time No Man's Sky player last year, right? July of 2024. I don't know anything about the freighter system at all. I'm playing the game, this thing jumps in, and everybody yells in my stream, go shave the ship, land on the ship, claim the ship, and I don't know what the fuck they've got me doing, but it looked cool, so I did, and I got it, and because that looks like, to me, this is a very Battlestar Galactica looking freighter. And then I have, where are my ships at? Oh, I think it's this one right here. Yeah, here we go. This is one of my fighters. This is very much a Viper-looking fighter that I have. So I definitely was going for the Battlestar Galactica vibe when I was playing this first playthrough. I'm very happy that I was able to do that, but I think that one's only a C class, maybe. Yeah, it's just a C class, but it looks cool, you know, like... I think that's the only one I have that looks like that, yeah. Because this is my main ship that I use, because I have this S-Class Gambit, which I found. This was also a complete random. I was on a space station, and this popped in, and chat started yelling at me because I didn't see it because I was like off doing something else, and somebody saw this behind me. He was like, "Go get it before it leaves!" And so I was able to claim this this S-Class, which this is my main roll-around ship. And someday I would like to come back to this character and finish it, because I don't have the autophage yet, and I would love to finish the autophage storyline. I haven't finished the expedition storyline, which I think you have to finish first to get to the autophage. So I don't know. My brain is like, I wonder if I could find a place to do more No Man's Sky this year. But I also have a lot to do. I have a lot I need to do with Enshrouded, you know. Unfortunately, Enshrouded's not doing any drops campaigns. But the 1.0 release for Enshrouded is coming in the spring, and progress is carrying over. So I'm finally starting to put some actual intent behind the Enshrouded. I haven't played Enshrouded for a year, and now that we've got all our Dune Awakening community is basically playing that on Thursday nights outside of Dune Awakening, I'm kind of like, I'm just gonna play more of that. We'll see. People set targets, fully fit out their freighter, collect all the collectibles. Yeah, I started a new save the other day specifically for that reason. Calyx. I had to remember the controls. I had forgotten that I played this in March, to be honest with you. I had completely forgotten about the Titans expedition until someone was like, you must have ran it because you've got the rewards, and I went and looked at my live streams and was like, I'll be damned, I did play it in March. I have no recollection of that whatsoever. Yeah, I'm gonna probably play some tonight, Lou. Well, it depends on what Chris wants to do. It's a Sunday night. I don't have Lotro tonight. So if she wants to watch a movie, I'm going to watch a movie tonight. But if she doesn't want to watch a movie, because I don't know if our niece is coming over tonight. But starting tomorrow, we have our niece 5 days a week, our grandniece. So Mondays through Fridays, at the very least, I'm going to be doing evening streams every day. So we'll be doing our main streams in the morning. Tomorrow we'll do tomorrow morning's going to be Hell is Us for a few hours. And then we'll do No Man's Sky because it's the last day of drops. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be Hell is Us the morning. And then Thursday we have Indiana Jones The Great Circle DLC. So we got lots of stuff going on. Alright folks, anybody got any recommendations for raids? I need to head out and take a break because we've been going for about 6 hours this morning. So it's a good time for me to wrap up. Let's go find somebody to raid, because I need to earn my Twitch drops. And some of you also need your Twitch drops, if you haven't already gotten them from watching over the past 3 hours. Let's see who we can raid. Alright guys, I will catch you, if not later tonight. Yeah, we're gonna send everybody over to Tangent. He doesn't need the views, but I like his streams. I like his style, so we'll head on over to watch him, guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning or later tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the resubs. Thanks for the new subs. Thanks for the memberships over on YouTube. Stay tuned. I'll have a new member video out on YouTube later today, and I've got a review for The Accountant 2, which Chris and I watched last night. I'll get the review for that out later today. Stay safe, everybody. Catch you tomorrow or tonight, whenever's the next stream. Don't forget, Hell is Us starts tomorrow.